Welcome back to the Bloomington Breakfast Club. We're so happy to have you all with us for our Season 2 premiere after a long summer. I'm Lydia Knoll.
And I'm Gabrielle Valenson. Lydia and I could not be more excited to show you all what is in store for this season. We have a ton of new content coming your way.
So grab your cup of coffee and come spend your Monday mornings with us. We have new segments and special guests each week.
Stay tuned for the latest and greatest updates on campus news, sports, and entertainment. Plus, later on in the show, don't miss our special guest whose music went viral on Spotify just a few days after its release.
It's gonna be a good morning. Sports are officially back in action here in Bloomington. The Indiana men's soccer team started their season undefeated, securing their ranking as third in the nation. You can catch the team in action again at home this Wednesday. The volleyball team also got an undefeated start to their season, winning their first 6 games. You can catch them at University Gym on Friday night as they take on UNLV. Other events taking place in Bloomington this week include the People's Park Series, which consists of music in the park on Tuesdays from 4:30 to 6 and karaoke at the Root Cellar on Wednesday from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. These are 2 great chances to bust some of your moves and belt your fave new hit single. Each week, I'll be bringing you new, fun events to check out as we explore the town of Bloomington. And speaking of the town of Bloomington, Gabby fills us in on the local news.
Yes, campus is bustling and students are happy to be back in the Bloom for another exciting semester. The First Thursdays Festival is returning to campus. Festival season kicked off this past Thursday, September 7th, around the Showalter Arts Plaza with music, dancing, crafts, literature, and a whole lot of food. If you enjoy live performances and the contemporary arts and humanities, don't miss the next 2 festivals for fall 2017 on October 5th and November 2nd from 5 to 8 p.m. The festival is open to the public and always free. In other news, Provost Robel released a statement regarding the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals Program, or DACA, announcement made by the Attorney General this past week. Provost says it will be a challenging year for our community's commitment to values of equality, non-discrimination, critical thinking, compassion, and freedom of expression. She encourages campus and the community to support, understand, and listen to each other during this difficult time. Today marks the 16th anniversary of the September 11th terrorist attacks. Being a native New Yorker, it is hard to be away from home during this time of year. I was only 4 years old when the attacks took place and don't remember much from that day, but it has always been a topic of discussion among my family and friends, especially during early September. To commemorate this tragic day, I decided to go to the square downtown and find people of the Bloomington community who remember where and what they were doing on this day 16 years ago. Take a look. I am here at the Monroe County Courthouse, downtown on the square, interviewing people of the Bloomington community about 9/11, where they were on this tragic day 16 years ago, what they were doing, and how they think the world has changed since then. Where were you guys on this tragic day? What do you specifically remember?
Well, my mom had kept me home in the morning because she let me sleep in for my birthday.
I was in 8th grade math class doing a test.
I was living in Atlanta, Georgia, working at the Davis Academy.
I was on my way to school, actually. I was in the 3rd grade when it happened.
And I just kind of froze and realized what's going on.
The principal came over the intercom and announced it and everything. We all took a moment of silence and, went from there.
How do you feel the world has changed today, since 2001?
There's just a lot of tension in the world right now, I feel.
Travel has changed a great deal.
Institutional trust is down and personal trust might be up.
Thank you to everyone who shared their stories to make this segment very, very special. I'm Gabrielle Balanson of the Bloomington Breakfast Club. Thanks for coming along with me to honor those who lost their lives or their loved ones today 16 years ago. We must never forget.
That was beautiful, Gabby. Thank you for covering that for us. And on a much lighter note, it is time for one of our favorite segments, the unnecessary update of the day. What do we have today, Gab?
Oh yes, we have some Bachelor news. Are you a fan, Liv?
I am, actually.
Okay, so I'm not an active follower of the franchise, but I'd be lying if I said I've never, watched an episode or that I lose a little bit of hope every time a Bachelor Nation couple breaks up. You know what I'm saying? So on that note, Bachelor fans have been long awaiting for the reveal of the new Bachelor for season 22.
That's right. And Indy 500 champ Ari Luyendyk, son Ari Luyendyk Jr., who is also a racing driver, is our new Bachelor. Ari was in the running to be the next Bachelor for season 17 and season 19.
Ari had not appeared in any other Bachelor franchise spinoffs after his time on season 8 of The Bachelorette. Ari told Good Morning America that he kept in touch with the producers over the last few years, but that the timing for this was finally right now. Ari's season will premiere in January of 2018 on ABC.
And with that, we will catch you right after this promo.
This is The Toss-Up, where we take a look at some of the topics facing the world of college sports and give a little bit of history behind some of them. We're not trying to change your mind. We just want to dive deeper into the topics that keep you tuned in to the teams you love. The Toss-Up, airing every Sunday during the 2017 semester.
Lydia and I are thrilled to have someone very special with us in the Beckley studio this morning. His music went viral last year when his hit single, Fall For You, made it on the viral Top 50 playlist on Spotify within just a few days of its release.
He has since released more singles and is not planning on slowing down anytime soon. He's actually getting ready to go to LA to open for a pretty big artist.
Everyone, please welcome the very talented Christian French.
What's up? So glad to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
So happy to have you here. Thank you for coming.
Of course.
Yay. This is great.
So great.
We want it. There's so much going on for you right now.
There is. There's
and
a lot going on.
we have so many questions. We want to hear about everything. We're
Well,
excited.
let me hear them.
Yeah. Okay. So, have you always had an interest in performing, in music?
I mean, I have in a sense, but last year when I released this song and I kind of realized that I could actually do something with it, that's when I kind of decided that that's what I wanted to do. It's kind of just been like a hobby before that. So I'd say like a little bit less than a year is just how I've been really deep into it.
And how long have you been writing your own music? Has that always been a thing that you were interested in?
So I started playing piano in like 8th grade, and I was pretty bad. But I just kept playing, kept singing with it, kept doing covers, and then I'd say about sophomore year of high school is when I started writing music, and I just continued to write since then.
That's awesome. So you write your own songs. Describe, the process of writing.
Yeah, it kind of depends. Sometimes, you're doing something and some words pop in your head. You're like, I just got to write that down right now. And then other times you're playing the piano and something good comes out and then you can write to that. So it's kind of I do all my writing with piano. That's just how I do it. And it's just one of those things that comes to you. You just gotta, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It just happens.
What's like one of the favorite songs that you've written?
My favorite song, the one that means most to me, is probably Dying Alive. That one's just a really, really deep personal song that there's a lot of songs that I hit most of the points I wanted to hit, but Dying Live's like the only one that I've hit. Every single point that I wanted to hit just came out really well.
Awesome. Awesome. So your single Fall For You has reached over 1 million listeners on Spotify. You know, can you describe that feeling that you felt when you realized this? You know, what were you doing? Where were you?
Yeah, so it's really weird. It was Thanksgiving break. I was in Portland, Oregon, and I woke up to a screenshot from somebody. It was like United States Viral Top 50 with Fall For You on there, and I was just like, what the heck? And I looked, and it was true, and I was like freaking out. But nobody I was with like is really into, I guess, social media or anything, and nobody really knew that it was a big deal. So I was just kind of freaking out by myself. I actually tried to call McLean, who I work with, like 5 times before it went through because there was just no service where we were. And yeah, it was really weird just being like, this is actually happening right now, because I'd just been doing things for so long, for like 4 years, and nothing really came up. But I just can't describe the feeling. It was insane.
That's awesome. Leading up to that, were there ways that you had been trying to promote yourself or other people that had helped you promote your music?
I mean, I just was doing a bunch of covers on SoundCloud. That's really it. I would post a cover and then like take a screenshot, post it on Instagram. That's all I do. But until that point, I didn't have really that many people backing me. So.
Right. So you've done some performing gigs recently. Any more lined up in the future?
Yeah, I actually have I have one next weekend at Wabash College. I'm opening for Two Friends, this DJ group.
That's huge.
At my buddy's fraternity, Beta there. So that should be really fun because I just know all those guys there. And then there's another thing that might be coming that's pretty big. I might be going to LA on the 29th to open for Lauv.
That's huge.
Yeah, so that's
unreal.
That's pretty crazy. It's not completely official yet, but it's sounding like it's going to happen. So I'm very excited.
How did that come into fruition?
Yeah.
So recently I got a managing team because it just needed to happen. And these guys are just really stoked to work with me, and they've just been trying to hook me up with everything they can. And they just found this early and just kind of put me in there, like gave them the idea, and they went with it. And a couple days ago, Lauv kind of agreed to do it with us. So.
Sweet.
Yeah,
that's
so now it's happening.
awesome.
So excited. Now it's happening. He's like, whoa. That's
I wasn't
crazy.
really expecting much, but now it's here and it's happening. So
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
That's so great. So you recently dropped your new single, Done From the Start.
yes,
And so how long did that take to work on? And
this one
the
took
process?
longer than any other song we've worked on. It was just a huge process of. So I actually produced a version and then wrote to it and then everything. So that took a while, and then after that sent it to McLean. And there's a thing you can look at that says like how much time you spent working on a song, and it said like over 48 hours of straight logged in time on that.
Wow.
So that took a long time. It took a couple months to get everything finalized and get it exactly how I want it to sound, but it sounds great now. I love it.
So describe this partnership that you have with McLean. Where did he come from? Was he a friend? Like, how did he get involved in music?
So we met at IU last year,
Okay.
and we kind of both didn't know that each other did music, and we were friends for a little bit. And then one day I saw him post something on SoundCloud. I was like, wow, I'm going to go check it out. And it turned out he was amazing. And I was like, we got to work together. And he didn't know that I sang and was kind of like, okay. But then he heard me sing about a month later and was just like, yeah, let's do it. And then we just started working together.
So awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
What is your ultimate goal, your future plans? What does it look like for you?
I don't know, really. I'm just kind of just going with the motions, just kind of doing step by step. I don't want to be too goal oriented. Just kind of want to enjoy it while it's here. Obviously, this is what I want to do. I want to be a musician, but I'm not exactly sure all the details that are coming with it. Just gonna let it happen.
I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like the enjoying it as you go too. I think
Yes.
there's so many steps in the process that if you rush through it all, you could miss some of those fun parts.
Exactly. Yeah.
too.
There's so many people that are just focused on getting there that they're just not enjoying it while they're in the process of getting there.
Exactly.
What, just out of curiosity, what's your actual major here in school?
It's human biology.
Really?
Pre-med right now.
Okay.
Wow.
Is that still something that you're considering pursuing as well as music, or do you think that will kind of
It's a
fall on
backup
the
plan.
back burner? Okay.
Backup plan for sure.
Backup plan.
Yeah,
Good.
it's really hard to stay focused on it, but I'm
Yeah.
doing it still, so
Good for you. That's
happening.
impressive.
Great. Yeah.
Both of those. That takes
multitasker.
up a lot of time.
it's,
That's
yeah,
so
it takes up a
great.
lot of time.
I bet.
Oh my
Very
gosh.
cool.
This was so fun. Thanks
That's
for
all we
coming
have for you.
on
Absolutely.
for our season premiere.
Season premiere.
You
I
made
did
it.
I did it, guys.
For season 2.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. And best of luck as you head to LA too. Keep
Thank
us
you.
updated. We want to hear
We really
how
do.
that goes and post it on our
Biggest
social
fans.
media so that our fans can see it and yours
Absolutely.
can see it. And we're very excited for you. Seriously.
We are.
Thank you.
We really are.
Thanks so much.
Of course.
And to all of our viewers, thanks for tuning into season 2. And we hope you'll join us every Monday for all things Bloomington. Don't forget to follow us on all social media at B-Town, B-Fast Club, and like us on Facebook.
And with that, we'll wrap up today's episode with Christian's newest single, Done From the Start. Enjoy, and we'll see you next week.
You say you need me, I say you talk too much. Next thing I'm leaving, then we fall out of touch. You think I'm crazy, I think you're wasting time. You don't believe me, well that's alright. 'Cause I've got nothing and you got love. You don't need me, I'm not enough. I can't change it, it's far too gone. No one's left and you're on your own. But if I were you, I wouldn't fall for me too hard. And honestly, we're probably better off apart. 'Cause I don't think I can even feel my heart. You should know we were done from the start. We were done